Hello and welcome to Orion Today. I am Joe Johnson, studio manager here at ONTV, and today I'm joined by Tracy Woodrum, joining us for the first time.
Yes,
welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
She is the host and producer of Tea with Tracy, a podcast that we produce here out of ONTV, and looks like you're having a lot of fun with that.
I am. I'm having a great time. I love coming into the ONTV studios, get to see everybody, and you guys do such a phenomenal job. So.
Oh, thanks. And you shine a spotlight on community businesses and give out all kinds of good information. So look for her podcast on SoundCloud and YouTube and right here on this channel where you're watching this program.
Yes, that'd be great. Tune in every Tuesday at 12, or you can catch the replays.
Live on Tuesdays at 12, So what an amazing weekend this past weekend. Beautiful summer weekend, Father's Day weekend. How did you spend this past weekend?
Gorgeous. Well, I spent time with my father and my brother. Well, all my family, we got together and all celebrated, and then I got to spend some time with just my kids. It was great. I have my daughter's home from college, and my youngest just is finishing up his freshman year, and it's just nice to have everybody home.
It's such a great time of year here in Michigan. I put the top down on my convertible and drove, even though it cost a small fortune. I might have to get a loan to put gas in my tank, but
I hear you.
I had to, for my own mental well-being, I had to get out and just enjoy this past weekend.
It was beautiful weather, especially for the top down. It wasn't too hot, so you could actually, feel the wind and enjoy it.
As they say, the wind through my hair. And also this past weekend, lots of events happening here in Lake Orion. One of the big ones this past weekend is there's so much going on at the library. On our last episode, we had the new executive director at the library, Chase McMunn, come in and talk about everything that's happening at the library. And one of the events that he plugged was actually 2 weeks ago, was the summer reading kickoff. And that is a huge event, but I gotta tell you, I've never seen anything like it. Look at the crowd. People were parked on the grass, on the road. They were on Joslin Road, all lined up. I got lucky. I got there and found a spot, and it was one of the last spots. I've never seen so many people at the library enjoying the library, and they had all kinds of family-friendly events like face painting and arts and crafts and bounce houses and inflatables and just so much going on, and music and dancing. It was really great to see. And and the new executive director, Chase, was there doing sort of a meet and greet, and he was handing out ice cream to the families that were visiting. And I asked him, what accounts for this turnout? And the weather was one thing, but he also said that people are just so desperate to get out and enjoy life again and be around people. And there he is there handing out ice cream and meeting with families and kids. And he was blown away because he's new there at the library, so this was the first time he's experienced that event. And it was such a tremendous event. It was really great to see.
Oh, that is great. The library puts on so many fantastic events. That was a great turnout, and that looks like so much fun. I know my kids and I, we've participated in many of the library's events over the years, and never let down.
Well, the goal of that was to encourage, as school lets out, to encourage kids to not turn their brains off, continue reading through the summer, not just kids, but adults too. And then in August, they're going to have a big finale before school starts again. Let's not try to get ahead of ourselves. Let's
not rush through the summer.
But so there's going to be a big finale in August, and there's going to be prizes and fun and all sorts of stuff. And then this past weekend was another fun event at the library where people gathered at the library to kick off their road rally. It was the second year of their road rally. Everybody met at the library where James Pugh there went over all the rules and everything. And again, they had a tremendous turnout. I think there was close to 70 people who made up more than a dozen teams. And Of course, the first stop on the road rally was the library, so when he announced that, there was a mad rush into the library for the first clue, and then each clue took them to their next destination, and they had to answer questions, and there were things like taking selfies and pictures at different locations, and again, a beautiful day for them to be out and about. The secret location at the end was Camp Agawam, and so when I arrived at Camp Agawam, kids were playing on the playground, and they had pizza and refreshments. The funny thing was, though, is I must have hung out for an hour waiting for them to tally up the scores and stuff. And when they finally did make the announcement, they said it's a four-way tie for first. So they apologized to everyone and said, we're going to scrutinize everything and see if we can get a more accurate breakdown. Yeah. So we have this just in.
Hot off the presses. Right?
Coming in first place was Team Avengers, captained by Mary Sturdeman. Top prize was a $25 gas card. That's like gold.
Yes, it is.
And 4 tickets to Disney Encanto sing-along film concert at Pine Knob on August 27th. Compliments of Creative Solutions Group. In second place, this is a mouthful, Team Alpha Super Awesome Cool Dynamite Wolf Squadron.
Sounds like everybody in the family had to have their piece in the name.
Code names. Captained by Laura Torres. Again, $25 gas card and 1 free week at Camp Wanna Have Fun, courtesy of Lake Orion Community Schools. And then in third place, Terrific Team Tynes, captained by Stacy Tynes, and $25 gas card. So everyone had fun.
Congratulations to
again,
the winners
great
and
turnout.
everyone.
So. Last year it rained, so that wasn't too fun. So this year they had a beautiful day to go out, and really it was a true community event where these teams rushed all over the community to accomplish their goals. So.
Yeah, and they got to experience, I know there's on TV now, it's a popular show where, you know, you could get the clues and rush from one place to another, so you get to actually experience that firsthand. So
that's right.
It's fun.
And then, of course, a couple of weeks ago, the school year came to an end. Last day of school was Friday the 10th, and the day before that was high school graduation.
Yes.
Took place at DTE. Things got off to a little shaky start. It rained hard as the graduates were lining up, so they made the announcement to just kind of rush them to their seats, and the band seemed to be caught off guard. They started playing Pomp and Circumstance. But once everyone got in place and they started the ceremony, it was a beautiful ceremony. Over 500 graduates, just shy of 600. And they turned their tassels from right to left, and the class of 22 are now alumni off to venture into the world and pursue their college careers and working careers. So congratulations to the class of 22, moving on to bigger and better things. And it was kind of nice to refer to the venue as Pine Knob again.
Yes, oh, I'm so happy it's Pine Knob again. I mean, I never really stopped calling it Pine Knob to begin with, but.
Right, exactly. So that was a great moment, and you can see graduation in its entirety on our channel and on YouTube. It already has several hundred views. And so we're happy to be able to get out there and record it for the graduates to watch after the fact.
That's so nice because they get to go back and watch, and they can see things that they may not have seen in the moment.
Do you have your graduation on video?
No, I don't have it on video. I mean, little snippets that I took. Oh, you mean my personal video?
Like your graduation?
Come on, we're going back ancient times. So no, I don't have my graduation video.
Well, I graduated in '84, and we actually did have our ceremony recorded.
You did.
Here's kind of a neat little story. I have it on VHS, and as I was looking for things to put on YouTube, I found it, and I said, I'll put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget this comment that I got on YouTube. I got a notification, went to look at the comment, and it was a woman who said that her mom had walked the stage. It was Hamtramck High School, and she had passed away at a fairly early age, and the girl had never really seen her mom like walking and talking, and
Yeah.
she watched the graduation and saw her mom walk across the stage, and she got really emotional.
Aww.
And sent me a message thanking me for posting that. So that was really cool. And I've gotten comments from other classmates and stuff who've since seen it and said, hey, this is great. Thanks for posting it.
It's fun to see. I'm sure somebody out there has a video of it somewhere. I personally do not, and that was before my family had a video recorder.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's cool that we were able to do that for the class to see after the fact.
Very nice.
Another thing that happened over the past weekend, this is such a neat moment. Miracle Field, you know, they raised funds to build Miracle Field at Friendship Park like in 2018, had their grand opening in 2019, I believe it was. And then they started construction on their concession stand, but everything sort of got disrupted because of COVID, and they were still trying to raise additional funds for the concession stand. Well, the day has come. The concession stand has opened. They still have a little bit more to go as far as raising funds, but they are able to operate the concession stand. They had it running this past Saturday for the kickoff of the Miracle League season, and it's really hard not to get emotional when you're there and you see these kids. I can't do it justice, so we're going to play this video clip for you that covers the events that happened at Miracle Field this past Saturday.
On a beautiful summer Saturday morning, June 18th, Friendship Park in Orion Township was bustling with activity as the community came together to celebrate the grand opening of the home plate concession stand.
This place is it's a miracle, and it's magical. It's literally the best day of the week every time I'm out here. I mean, and then today just exceeded expectations. I mean, the perfect, most incredible baseball weather, not too hot, amazing crowd, and we received a $100,000 check that put us within $40,000 of totally completing the project. We're at almost over $1 million total project, and it's been all donated. I mean, just incredible day.
In addition to the grand opening of the concession stand, the 2022 Miracle League season kicked off with a triple header of games scheduled throughout the afternoon. The community broke ground on Miracle Field in April of 2019 with fundraising efforts beginning long before that day. Players and fans celebrated opening day in August of 2019, and construction on the concession stand began in June of 2021. The Utuma family donated $100,000 to help complete the project, with mom Andrea throwing out the first pitch alongside former Detroit Lion Lomas Brown.
Man, this is so great. It really is, man, to know that we have something for these kids and they're able to come out, play, enjoy the sports that we enjoy. So I just think it's a great thing, and that's why I'm out here. Any chance I get, I'm coming out to support.
That's awesome. What are you witnessing, the atmosphere?
It's a great atmosphere, and that's what I think people don't realize. It's a great atmosphere. These kids are giving their best. They're out here trying, and the parents are out here having a great time. And that's what community is all about, bringing everybody together and having a great time.
Spectators who visit the park can now enjoy hot dogs, nachos, and refreshments while helping to raise funds for Miracle Field. The building, now named Andrea Utuma's home plate concession stand, will employ staff with special needs.
It's a partnership. The concessions is a partnership with Easter Seals, just like the field is, and they're going to staff it, and it's going to be open not just for Miracle League games, but for our baseball season, soccer season, and the proceeds will help to keep this going. But the really special part about the concession stand is we're going to be hiring people with special needs, people that might be overlooked. We're going to teach job skills here. So it's the miracle keeps giving. It's incredible. Literally the best project I've ever worked on in my life, and it's right here in our community.
You know, everyone thinks what the Miracle League provides is a baseball program for children with disabilities. I see it completely differently. I see that this is an opportunity for children with disabilities to gain confidence and self-esteem. They come out here, they have a successful experience at every at-bat. I can only imagine how that might translate to future life.
Fundraising efforts are ongoing to benefit Miracle Field. To find out how you can donate, you can call 1-800-75-SEALS or visit www.eastersealsmichigan.com. For additional information about the Miracle League of Michigan, please visit michiganmiracle.org.
So that was Stacy Calloway at our news desk, and it was such an amazing event. You know, when we were young and we would go out there and play sports with our friends, we sort of took it for granted, and we didn't realize that for a lot of people who are in wheelchairs or use crutches, there are a lot of obstacles that they have to face, and Miracle Field gets rid of all those obstacles, and those kids go out there, and adults too, and just have a blast, and it's so great to see it. It was just a really great day. Have you been to Miracle Field?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
number of times,
it's just fantastic. So joining us here on the set is Brian Birney. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
All right. So there's so much going on here in Lake Orion, and usually this time of the year, we're leading up into the Jubilee. This has traditionally been a really big time in Lake Orion. They've always celebrated Jubilee and 4th of July, and we have archival footage of things going on in the village for years and years and years. So pretty much from Jubilee through 4th of July, Lake Orion is a party town. Talk about the origins of Lake Orion's American Summer.
Sure. So 7 years ago, so this is the 7th anniversary, my wife Kathy and I decided to start a second business that basically bridged that gap between the Jubilee and the 4th of July fireworks. Because those are two great events, two events that everybody looks forward to in Lake Orion, whether you're a family, whether you're elderly, whether you're young, whether you have kids, you don't have kids. I mean, it's just a good time, right? And this is before we had all the great restaurants and bars. I mean, well, the amount, I should say. We've always had great restaurants and bars, but not to this capacity. But so we looked at it as a, hey, let's try to put something together that promotes everything in Orion, all over Orion, not just downtown, and not just restaurants and bars. Just what can we put together, and how can we show our community members all the great things. There's a lot of things in here that people that live here their whole life don't know. So that's another reason. So basically, we're the keeper of the calendar of everything that's going on during that time frame. So it started 7 years ago. So we try to partner with as many people as possible, try to promote as many things as going on. Obviously, the Jubilee is a huge part of that. What is it, LOFF now? It used to be LOFA fireworks. Now it's LOFF fireworks. Their show, and then so we try to get as busy as possible during that. So we do Restaurant Week, which is the June 27th through July 3rd, and then the ever popular Pub Crawl, June 30th, and that's all over Orion. So the cool thing about this Pub Crawl is it's an open crawl, we call it. A lot of times people think, oh, we're here for 15 minutes and then we have to go as a group. No, this is something you do on your own schedule. We partner with NODA. We have shuttle buses all throughout town, up and down Baldwin, across Joslin, that will connect you to Lapeer, and then up and down Lapeer. So it's well thought out, well planned. I mean, trial and error, a couple of years, but the biggest thing is, people are just having a good time. And really we're trying to stimulate the economy as well, making sure that, a lot of times people travel during that week. So we want to make sure our restaurants and bars are taken care of and there's something to do. And more importantly, if we can bring some extra money in from Oxford and Clarkston and Rochester and have those people spend money in our town, even better. Right.
With us,
right.
Well, coincidentally, Thursday, which is the pub crawl, right? Mm-hmm. There's a trolley that will bring our Oxford viewers to Lake Orion, come to Lake Orion, experience what we have to offer, and then the trolley will take you back to North Orion, as Chris Barnett calls it.
We don't compete, or at least we try not to compete with other things. It's the more the merrier, the more things that are going on. So we just try to help the Jubilee with promotion, and then that's Thursday through Sunday. Then Monday, Restaurant Week kicks off through that Sunday. That Thursday is the pub crawl. Friday's flare night. And then we got another fireworks show, the LOF. How do we even say that now? It's LOFA. We have LOFA, LOAS, and LOAF, I guess. We'll call it LOAF from now on. LOAF is Saturday. So we have fireworks shows with the Jubilee this Saturday, and then we have the LOAF fireworks next Saturday.
So how does Restaurant Week work? If you go to a participating restaurant, are there deals? Why would someone take part in Restaurant
So
Week?
really the main gist of Restaurant Week and really any community is just to get people out and about to try new things. Again, keep your money here, spend your money here, but go out with a family, go out, have fun, go out on a date, take your honey to somewhere you've never been. I mean, there's so many great restaurants and bars around here now. It's hard to get to. So try the new places, try a meal you haven't. So what we do is we just ask the bars and restaurants to provide any kind of special. Sometimes it's a hard job, I'll tell you, trying to get these specials from our people, but they're busy, so we try our best. So sometimes they don't even change up their specials because the specials are so good that they, just people don't know about.
There are some people that are looking forward to those again the
Right,
next year.
exactly,
So,
yeah. So, and that's fine.
And all the specials you list on your website, right? The Lake Orion American Summer website?
Yep.
Okay.
LO American Summer is the LOAmericanSummer.com is the website. Don't look at it right now because we're still trying to get things
early,
ironed out. I mean, it's a labor of love, I'll tell you. And people are always like, well, the specials are not. It's okay. They will. The pub crawl specials, the Restaurant Week specials. It's kind of a 11th hour thing, unfortunately.
Well, that's what I've done. My kids and I, we've done that in the past. We've always participated in one way, shape, or form in Lake Orion American Summer, and so that day even we're like, oh, we want to get something, we want to go somewhere, and so we'll get on the website and see, okay, what's maybe something we haven't tried before.
Yeah, and the cool thing about the pub crawl is they come up with signature cocktails and drinks and a lot of, it's very patriotic. I mean, as most people know, each bar has different sets of beads, and people like to go around kind of Mardi Gras style and get the different color beads. Believe it or not, I don't know why everyone, even I get caught up in it, and I'm the one that buys the beads, and I'm like, oh, we got to go over here.
Gotta go to get the colors.
The blue
where
beads,
did you get that color from?
So, so it's just one of those, and people will stop you. Where'd you get the red ones? We're like, oh, you got to go to Sagebrush or 313 Pizza has those. So it's just kind of one of those silly things that, and then they get home and they just throw them away. But it's okay. It's all.
Not everybody.
It's all
Some of us put it in our costume bins for when you need it for other other events. So.
As a resident of Lake Orion, to get involved with pub crawl or Restaurant Week, does it cost me anything?
It does. So right now it's $24. And a portion of those proceeds we donate back to the Orion Veterans Memorial. Okay. Last year we donated $1,000. The year before we donated all proceeds to Love Inc. Because unfortunately the pub crawl had to be canceled the night before.
I remember that.
Yeah, so we gave everyone the option. We said, look, we'll refund you your money, or you will take 100% of it and donate it to Love Inc. And I would probably say 85% of the people just said donate it, which was really cool. So we were able to cut them an even bigger check during a time where they desperately needed it. So every year we give back to a charity. There's been a number of charities. These last few years we've done Orion Veterans Memorial. Just for obvious, I sit on the board for them, so I know there's a huge need for that. I mean, there's lots of big needs out there, but I know that one up close and personal. So we do. This is again probably 2 years. This will be 2 years in a row for Orion Veterans Memorial. So
I know in the past you've had an official kickoff event. Do you plan on having a kickoff event, or are you just saying go?
It's just going to be the Jubilee this year. Yeah, we've done pool party in the past. And it's just, believe it or not, things are still somewhat slow with the whole COVID era. So I mean, maybe next year, or the year after, we could do even more. But you don't want to bite off more than you can chew, and trying to really focus on highlighting the businesses here and just rebuilding those key things that we've done: Restaurant Week, pub crawl, helping with the Jubilee, helping to raise money for the fireworks, etc. So, just kind of keep it simple, and just build our foundation on stone here, and then maybe in the next few years we can really ramp it up again.
So when the website is ready, a person goes to the website, they register, take care of all that, and then you had mentioned something about a lanyard or something.
Yep.
Talk about that.
So this week is the final week that they can get their lanyard mailed to them. And it's a simple lanyard with a card on it. It's got our sponsors and designated driver information, a QR code so they can scan and get all the specials. So yeah, that's another keepsake that people have. We change the logo up every year. There is merchandise for sale. That's all on our website. It's pretty simple. It has an American flag and a dragon, and then believe it or not, we've come up with 7 different variations.
I have a collection.
And they're really cool. So every year our designers blow me away. 'Cause I'm like, I don't know, can you do it again? And they're like, yep. It's like perfect. So they do a really good job. We've got great sponsors this year. The sponsor of the pub call is Elevate. It's a new business in town. They do IVs and wellness. So ironically, they have a hangover IV. So if anyone needs an extra little boost the next day,
needs those.
no. But they have all sorts of wellness there. It's part of a collective, they call it. It's another business, but inside of that is Elevate. It's IVs and wellness. And then Citizen State Bank is the presenting sponsor for Restaurant Week. And then we have a slew of other sponsors, and this is a really cool story. So last year we started this, and I can't take credit for it. It's my wife Kathy that came up with this, because obviously last year, things were starting to open up. But restaurants, honestly, we used to charge them a fee to participate, because there's a lot of money that has to be spent. Believe it or not, those beads aren't cheap. The lanyards aren't cheap. Nota's great, but they're not cheap. For what we're using them for. So there's a lot of expenses that goes along with it. So they stand to gain a lot of money. If we got 300 people that are, you have one drink and some mozzarella sticks, times 300, you're doing pretty good for a night, right? So last year we didn't want to have to charge them, but we're not going to do this, to go and to lose money, right? And the point is to raise money and donate things. So what we did is we asked the business community to sponsor the bars and restaurants, and we're doing that again this year, and it was great. We had so many people jump in. There'll be a whole list of them. We're looking at possibly 16 participating restaurants and bars. So that's basically 16 sponsors. All the local, like Chris Barnett's sponsoring one, Donnie Steele's sponsoring one, Northern Flooring, Michigan United Credit Union, they're sponsoring 4. Craig Zemeski, AAA Insurance. There's tons of people, and we can still take a couple more. That would be helpful. The Birney Directive, there's a great local marketing agency. They're sponsoring the Wine Social. There's a lot of different businesses that have ponied up and are sponsoring them, so they can just concentrate on getting staff, pouring the drinks, making the food, and making money, for themselves and their staff. So that I love that part of it. It's a new thing. Obviously, last year it worked out great. We're doing it again this year, and I will do it, as long as we're doing this. So, but it gets more people involved, takes the burden off the restaurants and bars, and hopefully everyone just has a great time. And more importantly, hopefully the bars and restaurants have a record night. That's kind of why we started doing this, and this was way before COVID, obviously. But now it's even more important. So
talk about that. The DDA, like Orion DDA, their objective is to try and get people to shop local and keep money local. Talk about the importance of that. Talk about spending your dollars here in Lake Orion.
Sure. So as you guys know, but the audience may not. So obviously, the owner of the Birney Directive, which is the local marketing agency, and we focus on small businesses in the area. We have clients outside the area, but I would say 75% of our clients are in North Oakland County. So we see directly the impact of shopping local and doing business and referring business and helping those businesses out, because sometimes that's what makes or breaks. I know it makes or breaks us. When we joined the chamber, that was a huge thing. We were just getting started. Joined the chamber, and we immediately took off, and we had a slew of clients right away. So, I know firsthand that the whole shopping local concept built our business, and we've been in business for 9 years, going on 10. So it's hugely important.
Yeah, the restaurant owners, most of them, if not all, they are our community members as well. Right. So their families live here. We see them at school events, when we're out in the parks. So, we're helping to support our community members by eating out locally and shopping locally. So
Well, yeah, and you see the people that, like you said, that a lot of the restaurant owners are local here, and you go there and you spend $1 and they give that dollar to an employee that goes and uses you for being a realtor, and then they buy a house. I mean, just that dollar continues to go around in the community, and that's what it's all about. So I'm a strong advocate for shopping local and keeping those dollars here.
Yeah, and if you do patronize a local restaurant or pub or whatever, use social media to let people know if you had a good experience. Sure. I see a lot of negativity on social media and people badmouth businesses, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Badmouth local businesses. Let's support them. Let's spread the positive message that there's a lot of great businesses here in Lake Orion, and this is going to help do that, I think.
Absolutely. So. I think so, yeah. And pull the person aside rather than smearing on because we do that for a living, and there's a lot of smearing, and there's you got to be on your game to make sure you try to stay in front of that, and it's unfortunate. I mean, and sometimes it's rightfully so, but everyone has bad days.
Right.
You can't always make the best nachos in the world. I mean, they may not be the best that day, but just say something to the waiter, and you'll probably get those nachos half off or something like that.
Exactly.
It's like there's no point in taking it out and deterring someone from going there. So.
Great. Yeah. Well, let's support Lake Orion, and to get involved with Lake Orion's American Summer, you're going to visit. Is it LO American Summer, or is it spelled out Lake Orion?
No, it's easy. You just say LO American Summer.
LOAmericanSummer.com. So, and that's going to be ready in a day or two?
So the website's up right now, and the calendar's up to speed, our sponsors, everything's up to date except the specials. Sure. So just give us some time on that, and believe me, you'll know when it's set, because we'll blast it out as much as we possibly can.
Great. So things get underway this Thursday at the Jubilee. That runs through the weekend. The Jubilee fireworks is this Saturday night. Best viewing spot would be Greens Park maybe, or Pelton's Point. Usually about 10 p.m. they launch the fireworks over the lake. And then we get bonus fireworks a week later. The weekend of 4th of July is going to be the fireworks over the lake then too. So lots to do, and who knows, maybe someday we're going to extend Lake Orion's American Summer all the way to Dragon on the Lake. Let's do a whole summer.
Yeah, the whole summer, right? Yeah.
Having fun here at Lake Orion.
We'll see.
So,
yeah.
all right, thanks for coming out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
And speaking of Jubilee, we recently had a representative of the Lions Club, Roger Broder, came into our studio to talk about what you can expect at Jubilee this year. It's a big fundraiser for the Lions Club. I believe the beer tent returns this weekend. So let's hear what Roger has to say about this year's Jubilee.
Hello and welcome to Orion Outreach. I'm your host, Stacey Calloway, and today I'm joined by Roger Broder, right?
Yeah.
And he is the co-chair of the Jubilee Carnival. So talk to me about, how did the Jubilee actually come about?
So we've been doing it for so many years, I think people have lost track on how many we actually have. It's well beyond 50 years of having the Jubilee, what we call the Jubilee, with the Carnival, and a beer tent for many years, and then the beer tent went away for a while, and we brought it back. Okay. And then for a couple years while they were doing construction downtown on the roads, and we moved it over to Canterbury Village for a couple years, and now we're back downtown again.
Okay.
First time in, well, we had the Carnival last year. We didn't have it at all in 2020, and so this is the first beer tent year again since 2019.
Okay, so. And when you think about Jubilee, I know when I think of it, I think of celebration. So you have the Carnival. Give us the dates when it actually starts.
So we start this Thursday, the 23rd, and I took a lot of notes because we have so much going on this week. I can't keep it straight in my head, so I don't know how anybody else would. So Thursday we're open from 5 to 10, the Carnival, and the beer tent's open to from 5 to 11. We have a DJ on Thursday night. And a lot of other entertainment I can kind of tell you about. But Friday and Saturday, the Carnival's open from noon to 11, and then Sunday, The carnival's open from 12 to 6.
And how do people get tickets to be a part of the Jubilee?
So you can get tickets on site. You can either buy tickets or a wristband, or you can go to skerbeck.com, SKERBECK. That's the carnival company.
Okay.
They run the tickets for the carnival.
All right. And then talk to us about how much does it cost to attend the event?
So the tickets, the wristbands are $30. I'm not sure how much the individual tickets are,
Okay.
but the wristbands are $30, and they're good anytime except from after 5 on Saturday. What we've done is put together enough activities and fun stuff for everyone. So it's not just come to the beer tent and drink beer. We have a number of different games and activities, especially this year more than ever than we did in the past. So we're going to have we have a long, almost like a shuffleboard table. You can slide a beer stein down there. We'll have a competition on that.
Okay.
We're going to have cornhole boards set up, and you throw the bags, and whoever gets the best score over an hour,
Okay.
we'll have some prizes for that.
Nice.
We're going to have 50-50 raffles. We're even going to have a magician stop by now and then and do a little show
Okay.
when the band's not playing. In 2021, we ran a scavenger hunt for kids.
Okay.
So kids ages 6 to 12. We have a scavenger hunt. They go around to all the local businesses, and they had a great time. We had a fantastic turnout. That was just one of our newest members came to us, said, I'd like to run a scavenger hunt.
Nice.
So we're doing it again this year. And
I
not
see
only
that.
not only does it help us and the kids have fun, they're going and taking their parents with them to all those local businesses. So we're supporting the DDA businesses as well.
Nice, very nice.
So
well,
everybody wins.
exactly. Well,
So
we
that's
certainly.
Saturday from from noon to 2:30.
Okay.
And then we have prizes for that, and we're going to have some surprise guests. So
Okay, surprise. I was gonna
last
ask
year
you.
Batman was there. I think Superman was there last year.
Okay.
We're going to have some other surprise guests.
And so, do you have anything else that you want to add about? the
I would just
Jubilee?
say come down all day long. There are things going on. It's not just a carnival and come drink beer. We'll have leader dogs down there. Learn what it's like to raise a leader dog and possibly do it yourself. Kids, we check kids' eyes.
Okay.
We have a tent set up and we just take a picture of their eyes and can give you a readout on various measurements of their eyes, and if you need a referral to an ophthalmologist.
Okay.
We're having a canned food drive on Saturday. That's happening all day.
So you've got family activities and activities for the adults.
Yeah.
With the music
yeah,
and the
absolutely.
beer.
Yeah, we keep everybody busy.
Keep 'em
So
busy.
and also we're teaming up with the Knights of Columbus. They're going to do food. They're going to be grilling down at the beer tent.
Okay.
The VFW guys are going to be over there selling waters. So they're collecting donations for that. Boy Scouts are collecting all the
Wow.
beer cans at the end of each day so
Okay.
that they get their donations.
Right.
So we're trying to help everybody.
Yeah, it
trying
seems
to
like it's
spread the load here, spread the wealth.
Spread
if you
the
will.
well. Well, certainly we wish you all the best of luck with this. It sounds, I know I've attended in years past and certainly want to come out this weekend to do this. So definitely come out, support the Jubilee Carnival. And that'll do it for this edition of Orion Outreach. I'm your host, Stacey Calloway. Thanks again for watching.
I don't know about you, but Jubilee is one of my favorite weekends here in Lake Orion. I've heard people describe it as sort of a reunion. If you've grown up here, if you went to school here, you go to Jubilee and you see people you haven't seen in a long time and get together, and it's just such a great weekend.
It is. It's such a great atmosphere. It's so fun. The downtown is alive. I live just a few blocks away, so I'm able to walk downtown.
Nice.
And I love it. I love the event. So.
Yeah, so much to see and do. And in the past, I've taken my camera to the Ferris wheel. They usually let me ride for free. And I'll go to the top of the Ferris wheel and try to get, these elevated shots of Jubilee. And it's cool just seeing all the hustle and bustle. And, this is the biggest fundraiser for the Lions Club of pretty much the entire year. And in the past, they've had rain and they had COVID, and that really affects their efforts to do good in the community. They do the Christmas baskets in December to feed the hungry families here in Lake Orion. So get out there and support Jubilee and say hi to your friends and family and neighbors and go out and have fun. It's such a good time.
It definitely is. Head down and support some of the vendors, and just like saying in the video, you know, there's a little something for everybody. So, yeah.
And also I want to make sure I point out that if you do go down to Jubilee, support the businesses in downtown Lake Orion as well, because sometimes they get neglected. People go down there, they ride the rides, they play the games, and then they leave. And I've heard from Lake Orion business owners that traffic kind of dies down, which is kind of counterintuitive. Like you think they would be really, really busy.
Right, there's foot traffic, so make sure you're going, you know, not just to the rides, but also step foot in some of the stores and the restaurants. And
because they do close down Flint and Broadway, so that does affect the foot traffic going into Lake Orion business. So make sure you support them as well.
Yes, absolutely.
So July is right around the corner, and gosh, it just seems to have gotten here so quickly. And one thing that will start that first weekend of July is downtown Lake Orion's concert series. They have the Gazebo concerts in Children's Park, and those are amazing, and they have a great turnout. Imagine just bringing in your folding chair and sitting in Children's Park and watching great music in the Gazebo. It's really great.
Yes. And if you have young kids, it's fantastic as well.
They could go over to the
They
playground.
get to go on the new playground and play, and you can sit and relax, and you can meet up with your friends and neighbors, and it really is a nice evening out.
It is. And ice cream, cookies and cream right around the corner. You can get ice cream, play on the playground, and enjoy some music.
Or, you know, the social district, you could do that too if that's, you know, something of interest, some of our local restaurants. So
it is. So the way it works is, yes, normally the Gazebo concerts are every Wednesday, but they also have what they call Lake Orion Live the first Friday of every month. So the first Friday in July is July 1st, and King Margot is going to be performing on July 1st, and then a week later, or I'm sorry, 5 days later, on July 6th, the Young Fables will begin the Wednesday concerts. The 13th, A.J. Lee and Blue Summit. And then the Arcadian Wild and Golden Oak. These are all new.
I was going to say, it sounds like a new lineup. I don't think I've heard some of those groups before.
So yeah, experience some new performers that you may not have ever seen, and head down there. Now, a popular performer who doesn't seem to be on the schedule this year, his name is Steve Everett, and I've seen him before. Really talented guitarist and singer and vocalist. So to kind of get you in the mood for this upcoming season of music at the Gazebo in Children's Park, enjoy this performance by Steve Everett.
I wrote this with my friend Adam Madoliak. Slap bracelets and LL Bean, couple skate at the roller rink. From Full House to Dawson's Creek, it's been me and you since '93. Failing math but passing notes, checking boxes yes and no. From Jam Sport to Jinko jeans, you were puka shells and Abercrombie. Hey, I can give you what you want, know exactly what you need. Girl, I've known you since Miss Davidson taught us how to read. Used to chase you on the playground, patches on my knees. Oh, I've been loving you since elementary. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. 8th grade when Brian C. stole you right away from me. I tried my best to leave you be till he broke your heart and you called me. High school came and high school went, left for college, still just friends. Freshman year with you again, a fresh start with the same old end. Hey, I can give you what you want, know exactly what you need. Girl, I've known you since Miss Davidson taught us how to read. Used to chase you on the playground, patches on my knees. Oh, I've been loving you since LMNOP. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. It's been a couple years or 3, and now we're starting to think that you forgot about me. But then the phone rings. I can give you what you want, know exactly what you need. Girl, I've known you since Miss Davidson taught us how to read. Used to chase you on the playground, patches on my knees. Oh, I've been loving you since LMNOP. La da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, LMNOP.
I recorded that concert last year, and I really enjoyed his performance.
Yes.
He was just outstanding.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, like I said, he's not going to be at the Gazebo this year, but Steve travels around the country, and he is going to be in Washington, D.C. on July 23rd at the Bullpen, and then on August 4th, Mile of Music 2022. I assume that's like a festival. That's in Wisconsin. So yeah, he's all over. He travels all over the country.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
Look him up online, and hopefully he'll be back in Michigan here soon. But he was just fun and friendly, and I love that song, that LMNOP song. It was just great.
Yes,
So.
well, and that's the quality of the musicians that are brought in for this festival, for this series. So. Yeah, you want to at least catch one this summer.
Yeah,
so.
and 20 Front Street helps book the Gazebo, so they bring in nationally known acts who come in and play at the Gazebo. So it's a lot of fun. Get out there. Things kick off on July 1st. Now, just because the school year has come to an end, that doesn't mean we're done with sports. So Joey Tysick, our ONTV sports guru, has put together this package to give us an update on Lake Orion sports.
Hello and welcome back to Lake Orion Sports Update. I'm your host, Joey Tysick, and today we wrap up on the spring playoff runs. The spring season is now officially over, and we will highlight how the end of the playoff season went for a few of these Dragon teams. The Lake Orion softball team had reached the Region 7 regional tournament against Rochester Adams on June 11th. These two teams are familiar with each other as they are both in the OAA. Adams is a strong defensive team with excellent pitching, and the Dragons have a lot of power in their bats and are consistently putting up good offensive numbers. It was a battle of two different teams, and unfortunately for the Dragons, the Highlanders were able to get the early lead, going up 2-0. But then the Dragons were able to score one late in the game, giving the Dragons a chance. However, the Dragons were unable to find any more runs in the game and would fall to Adams 1-2. Lake Orion comes up just short of making the state tournament, but either way, it was a great season for the Dragons, and they can be expected to be right back in it next year. Funny enough, the Dragon baseball team would also face off against the Highlanders for their regional matchup on June 8th. Similar to the softball team, the baseball team has put up plenty of good offensive stats, but they do have some outstanding pitching as well. They were able to show a little bit of both in this game as they defeated Adams 11-1, advancing to the regional final against a dangerous Orchard Lake St. Mary's team. St. Mary's was undefeated all season long and were one of the top teams in the nation and easily best in the state. They showed off just how good they were against the Dragons and proved they are the real deal. The Dragons would lose 1-8, and St. Mary's would end up finishing off the perfect season, winning the state championship. The Dragons finished admirably and were able to score on a team that was tough to score on, as well as contain their offense as good as anybody had. Fantastic season by Dragon Baseball. Another Lake Orion team that found themselves in a regional semifinal was the girls' soccer team. They would face off against Bloomfield Hills on June 7th. Again, this was a team that Lake Orion was familiar with. The Dragons' defense always gives them a chance to win the game, and knowing that, the Dragons gave it their all. However, similar to baseball, the girls would end up facing the team that would eventually take the state title. The Dragons were able to put up 2 goals on the Blackhawks, but the Blackhawks offense put up 4 as their offensive attack was just a little too much for the Dragons defense on that day. Even with the loss, this Dragons team overcame all kinds of adversity and were able to make it all the way to the semifinal when some people were unsure of just how far this team could go. What an incredible season by the Lady Dragons soccer program. And finally, the Lake Orion golf team was at States for the 2-round event at Cat Key Golf Course at Ferris State on June 10th and 11th. Connor and Nathan Fox, Andrew Jaquise, Torben Schmidt, and Graham Downs all played well for the Dragons to finish 7th overall in the tournament as a team. Connor Fox finished 17th, and Andrew Jaquise was 19th as a couple of notable individual finishes. Schmidt and Jaquise finish off their senior season with a top 10 state team finish and an outstanding season to boot. For both of the Fox kids and Downs, there is still plenty of room to grow as they are such a young group that the Dragons will definitely look to be back in the mix next year. Congratulations, Dragons. Another year in the books for the Dragons sports teams and plenty of notable seasons throughout fall, winter, and spring. The sports update will take a bit of a hiatus, but it won't be long till we are right back into the fall season with boys soccer, girls volleyball, and of course, football. For past episodes of the sports update, head on over to OrionONTV.org and click the ONTV On Demand link. There you will find all of ONTV's community programming, news, sports, concerts, and government meetings. You can also watch us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV, all in HD. Just add the Cablecast channel to your lineup to enjoy local programming at its best. For even more Lake Orion sports, check out our YouTube channel for our full game coverage. Visit youtube.com and search for Orion Neighborhood Television. Also make sure to catch all of our replays Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 7 p.m. along with Saturdays at 1 p.m. We'll see you next time.
So what a great year for Lake Orion Dragons sports. So much success there. And to top it all off, Chris Bell was named to I think it was the Michigan High School Coach Hall of Fame.
Oh,
what a
that's
huge
fantastic.
accomplishment.
Yes.
So, so much success at Lake Orion. And I, for one, am looking forward to fall sports. I love being on the sidelines for the Dragons football games. And I know it's a couple of months away, but...
Again, let's not rush through summer. But yes, Dragon football is one of those things that, as a community member, whether you have kids on the team or in the school, you're still going to a game at some point in the season.
They're so much fun, yeah. And so we mentioned Jubilee is this weekend. Lake Orion's American Summer kicks off for a week of fun events, almost 2 weeks.
Yes.
So much going on in the community. Here's quick hits from ONTV's Becky Andrus, who lets us know what's happening, what you can put in your calendar over the next week or so.
The Lake Orion Lions Club kicks off its Summer Jubilee this week. The Jubilee will be held in downtown Lake Orion beginning on Thursday at 5 p.m. and concluding on Sunday at 6 p.m. Fun events will be happening all weekend long, including a fireworks show on Saturday at dusk. For a full list of events, dates, and times, visit LakeOrionLines.org. The Orion Township Parks and Recs will be hosting its annual Summer Sizzle this Thursday from 6 to 8 at the Orion Center. Heat up your summer with this mini family staycation. The event will include carnival games, face painting, a bounce house, balloons, grilled hot dogs, and more. All of this family fun is free for everyone. Stop by for a staycation that sizzles. The Orion Library will be hosting Neighborhood of Stories this Friday from 10 to 11 at Children's Park in downtown Lake Orion. Youth librarians will perform storybooks, tell stories, sing, and dance for the whole family. The program is free and no registration is required. On Saturday, the Orion Library will be holding a teen 3D canvas beach art class from 2 to 3:30 p.m. No time for the beach? The Lake Orion will bring the beach to you with 3D canvas art including paint, sand, and shell. Register online at orionlibrary.org. Let's take a look at this week's weather. Wednesday's forecast is calling for sunny skies with a high of 89 and low of 57. Sunny skies again on Thursday with a high of 83 and low of 60. Mostly sunny on Friday with a high of 89 and low of 65. Partly cloudy on Saturday with a high of 90 and low 67. And morning showers on Sunday with a high of 81 and low 57. Well, that's it for this week's ONTV Quick Hit. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
So a lot going on over the next week or so here in Lake Orion.
Yes.
Something we just wrapped up here at ONTV is when school comes to an end and kids are still in that disciplined frame of mind, we kick off our kids video camp. So we had 7 students sign up for our kids video camp last week, where they come to the studio every day for 3 hours, and they get this accelerated training here in the studio where they learn how to operate portable cameras and studio equipment, and we put together a final project where they shoot sketch comedy and everything. And then I edit everything together, and on the very last day we had a pizza party, and they walk out with a DVD with their program in hand. Something I'd never done before, I did this for the first time, is I took some of that video that they shot over the week and I cut it together to a little music video.
Okay.
Found this really cool song online and cut some video from some of the video that we shot during the week. So I hope you enjoy.
Summer sunshine fun is coming down, and the world goes round and round and round and round. Summer sunshine fun is coming down, and the world goes round and round and round and round. La 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 la. La 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 la. Summer fun. Summer fun. Summer fun. Summer fun. Summer sunshine fun is coming down, and the world goes round and round and round and round. La 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 la. La 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 la. Summer fun. Summer fun. Summer fun. Summer fun.
There were some really creative videos, and I noticed all the Fortnite dances. And
Yeah, you know, it's fun. I
Yeah.
sit down with the kids, I have them pitch ideas, I let them know what's feasible, what's not. I pitch some ideas, and then we spend a whole day on Thursday just shooting all the sketches and everything, and they come up with really creative ideas, and then it's my job to try and pull it off using the technology that we have here at ONTV. But it's always a fun time, and they left here so excited, and I talked to some of the parents who said they just had a blast and they want to come back, and that's the whole point.
Yeah, I think it's great. They get to spark that creative side and maybe a lifelong passion. You never know.
Yeah, you know, I tell the kids that when I was in high school, a woman came into my yearbook class and introduced our yearbook class to video production, and a studio similar to this one was within walking distance from our high school, and we went over to the studio, we learned video production, we started a high school news program, and that was the beginning of my 30-plus years in video production.
There you go.
So I want to sort of pay it forward. I want to tell these kids, you can get paid to do what you love.
Yes,
And they're like, really? So I want to light that fire under them and get them excited about it. And hopefully they got the bug. And, you know, there's so many outlets now where they can put videos on YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
That is great.
And we have classes for adults, too. Every Monday night, we have a group of about a dozen or so adults who come in and learn video production. That class runs 10 weeks. If you'd like to get involved with our next class, visit us. Oh, look at that, right on the screen there. We have a 10-week course every Monday night. So visit OnTV.org or give us a call at 248-393-1060 if you want to get involved in our classes for adults. You could have just as much fun as the kids. So.
Yes.
Tracy, and believe it or not, that brings our show to an end. Thanks for coming out. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did. Thank you so much for having me. It was a fast hour.
And we'll hopefully have you back again. She's in our studio every Tuesday doing her podcast, Tea with Tracy, so be sure to check that out too.
Thank you. Thanks, Joe.
And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Orion Today, which is going to be coming back July, what did we say?
19.
19. Thank you, Tess, in the control room. We'll see you then.
Yes. Bye-bye.